You're watching Monty TV. I'm Jackie Karsh, sitting down now with Frida Polli. She's the co-founder and CEO of Pymetrics, a company using neuroscience and AI to improve the efficiency and diversity of hiring. That's quite a mission. How does it all work?
So what we have people do is go through a series of interactive activities that they do on the computer that will tell us about their cognitive, emotional, and social aptitudes or style, basically, right? And what we found is that that data is actually way more predictive and unbiased in making hiring decisions than than a human going through somebody's resume. Actually, so many studies have shown that women are disadvantaged when people do manual scanning of resumes. Definitely people with ethnic sounding names are disadvantaged. So if we want to make hiring more predictive and more fair, I think humans scanning tons and tons of resumes is not the way to go.
What does this test look like? Is it,
Sure.
Pick a shape? Are you an apple? Are you an orange?
Which Sex and the City character are you? Is that
Exactly.
what you're
Is it a BuzzFeed quiz?
Yeah, it's a little bit more sophisticated than a BuzzFeed quiz, yeah. But it's basically activities that you do. You're responding to things. Have you ever played through Lumosity or something like that?
Yeah, of course.
It's a little similar to that. It's just looking at
a brain quest.
Yeah, exactly. It's like looking at how you plan, how you learn, what risk profile you have. It's nothing super complicated. We try to make it entertaining so that people aren't like, oh my gosh, this is so boring. And at the end of the day, the data that we can get from people is, again, way more predictive of outcomes than, whatever stuff you have on your resume, and then is also removing that bias that unfortunately just creeps in when we have manual process reviewing it.
How do you make sure that people are conducting this test in a setting where they're not receiving any kind of assistance or guidance, so that kind of curves the results?
Yeah. So I think what you're asking is couldn't I just get my friend to go do it for me?
Your friend who went to Harvard, MIT, Stanford.
Well, so this is the cool thing, right? Is that think of our test a little bit like a Harry Potter sorting hat than an SAT. And so what I mean by that is there really is no right or wrong answer. So when we work with a company, we build them many profiles of what success could look like. It just depends on the role. And so the test in the end basically sorts you into the right path rather than being this gate where it's yes or no. And so therefore going to Harvard or MIT isn't necessarily going to put you in the right sorting bucket kind of thing. So there's really no value to it because there's no right or wrong way to go through this. It's much more about figuring out what your true fit is and then us helping you find that. The flip side is also that because it's not like we flash it's very hard to understand exactly what you're being asked to do during these games. And so it's not like somebody goes into it being like, okay, I need to do this or that on this exercise to get the results that I want. So that's the other thing. So really the advice we always give people is be yourself. We're gonna help you find the role that you're best suited for. And that's really kind of the end goal.
What if someone is not well suited for a role they really want though?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, look, we're never going to tell someone that if you don't want to try really hard to be in a particular role that you should just give up your dreams and go home. At the end of the day, I think all of the research shows that if you're in a role where you feel like it's really tapping into the things that you're good at, you're going to be a lot happier, you're going to be a lot more productive. So I think that's kind of the message, is not so much about denying somebody a dream or an opportunity, but really helping them understand what their fit is. So I started the platform because I had spent 10 years as an academic neuroscientist. I didn't want to be a scientist anymore. I wanted to do something more applied to my science. I go to business school. I have this 30-page CV. I'm a single mom at the time. I'm in my 30s, and I'm I want to be a tech entrepreneur. And anyone looking at my CV was like, I don't think so, And there was nothing really that was going to give me guidance as to is this a good fit for me or not? Obviously my resume didn't think it was a good fit. My appearance, meaning I wasn't a 24-year-old hacker in a hoodie, didn't say that I was going to be a good tech entrepreneur. So I wanted a platform that would tell me hey, is this something that I should actually pursue or not? And that's really what we're trying to do. We're trying to help people find their right fit in a way that is unbiased and predictive. And the flip side of this is that we've actually seen a lot more women, a lot more people of underrepresented minority groups go into fields that they would never have picked for themselves, right? Because again, you're biased in the way that you think about yourself. You might think I am a certain type of person I wouldn't be a good fit for fill in the blank. So it's really much more about opening opportunity and expanding that opportunity than it is saying we're dream killers or like quashing any hope that you have of whatever it is that you want to do.